So wait, come back here. Where's he going? He left us. Anyways.
This feels like a dysfunctional relationship right now.
Yeah. He just couldn't handle it. There was just too much greatness in this episode. So Austin had to leave. But I'd be curious, like, what are those identity shifts that you've gone through in your life? And what do you think the next stage is for you? Like, what identity are you looking at right now where you're like, I want to change this, or I want to grow? What comes next?
Yeah. And, I'll get into that. And part of that is, in order to grow into the person you want, you have to start visualizing and seeing that person down the road. And you have to accept that that's where you can go. But I mean, I started out like I was the little chatterbox, but I was always like this upbeat, bubbly, like happy person, And so that just has always been like a consistent thread, but that's not always accepted. So here's like the big reveal for a lot of people is that people accept and receive people who are negative. Like, yeah, of course you're negative. You're supposed to be negative. This world sucks. If you are like naturally happy, kind of joyful person, people question you, especially if you're blonde. They question you, they doubt you, you're insincere, you're dumb. Like you're just, you talk about like
naive.
Naive. Oh yeah. You're just, totally naive. Yes.
The world just hasn't kicked you in the teeth yet. You just wait for it.
Oh, you just wait, buttercup, and dang, I've gotten kicked around a lot. So it was like identity shifts, like accepting, like as soon as when I went into college, I was like, I just accepted myself and then like, this is who I am. And, I ended up finding myself in my early 20s in a really I've started talking about it a little more openly over the last couple of months, but I was like in a really destructive marriage, and it was like, I'm suicidal. Like I've grown up in this sheltered life that's like beautiful and, might have had the pull of, I need to be kind of perfect, but at the same time, it was also a very safe environment on most levels, right? That's not safe to grow up in it and with that kind of pressure. But I end up in this really dysfunctional, terrible marriage situation and end up having to choose again, who am I? Who am I and who do I want to be in this world? Like, do I want, it's even a choice of, do I want to live or die? Like that was the choice. And it's like, you know what? If I'm going to choose this. And once again, for me, every choice that I make always takes me back to God. It's like, you and me, God, forget all the other people. It's just you and me. Like whatever plan you have, I'm cool with that. And I'm going to make a lot of people really upset and really uncomfortable, but I'm making this choice and I'm going to stick with you through this choice. And, ended up being the first person in my family to get divorced. And like, that's, that, talk about something to like have to work through. That took years to work through with that identity, because he always felt like Scarlet Letter and all of that. But whatever, like that's fine. I don't care what other people say. I have something more in life and I'm going to pursue that. So those are like probably the major identity shifters. Becoming a parent, it shifts your identity in the sense that you start to see how much you're shaping somebody else and you see yourself. So you're actually interacting with yourself and you're like, crap, I don't want to like squish that, I know that's going to serve you well, but there's that wrestling. So it's a really interesting process, but in like where I'm going identity wise,